Hey everybody, Mazer here, and I have a special treat. As you can tell, I'm not the one in front of the camera today. This is my friend Jordan, and
Hello.
Jordan has requested that I record his latest build of a brand new high-end gaming PC. Hopefully so we can play Minecraft together. So go ahead, Jordan, explain what you're planning on doing, and then let's show off your hardware.
Okay, so as Luke said, my name's Jordan, and I am excited to finally be completing a 20-year dream, and that is building my own gaming computer completely from scratch, piece by piece. I've done a lot of upgrades over the years, processors, hard drives, adding RAM. I remember my first video card install with the Voodoo 3 2000. What a throwback. So I'm finally building my own completely. So we'll go over the parts here really quick, and then each part we'll kind of do like a mini unboxing as we open them. And before I do that though, I want to give a shout out to my favorite YouTube channels who have been gaining all the knowledge on how to do this from. First of all, Linus of Linus Tech Tips. Been watching him for years, totally awesome. Paul's Hardware, your first 5 things video, extremely helpful in this. And Jay from Jay's 2 Cents, you've grown on me a lot. I like your videos now. It took a while, but alright guys, so I appreciate your knowledge and helping me build this. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the parts here. Alright, I'll start with the biggest in the back. My case is a Corsair C70 Vengeance. I was looking for a case, I was looking for something that I could put the top mounted radiator, good for water cooling, plenty of space, easy access side panels on this are cool. Traditionally, you may have seen this in the army green. It looks like a camo box. I kind of like that, but I went with white because I wanted the RGB lighting to not clash with anything. So, went with white. Motherboard. Brand new Maximus 9 code. Just came out a little over a week ago when CES 2017 started. I'll go a little bit more in depth on that when I open it. Corsair Dominator Platinum 3000 gigahertz. Got this on sale direct from the manufacturer. I have some IC Diamond thermal paste, recommended by Linus of Linus Tech Tips. RGB lighting. Down here I have the power supply. I went with the Corsair AX860i. From what I've researched, I should be able to run 2 graphics cards on this. But I'm only going to have one for a while anyway, so we're fine there. Water cooling H220X. It was the only all-in-one water cooling I could find that had a copper radiator as opposed to an aluminum radiator, and it's the one that came out up top in all the reviews, so that's what I got. Up here I have a Logitech G502 optical mouse. I've actually been using this plugged into my laptop for a while, so it's been pretty cool having all the extra buttons and stuff, my very first gaming mouse. We'll go down here, I got the brand new Kaby Lake 7700K processor, Samsung 850 EVO SSD. I wanted to go with the 960 EVO with the M.2, but unfortunately when I had it in the cart in Amazon it said shipped in 1 to 2 months. I confirmed at CES that they are sold out. So I'm starting with this for now because then I'll get the M.2 later and transfer stuff to use that as my boot drive and still have enough for videos and games and stuff on that. Windows 10 Home for the operating system. And my keyboard, I got a Logitech Orion Spark. I got this like 50% off on a Black Friday deal last year actually. It's just been sitting in my closet, but looking forward to playing with this too. So, alright, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out of the way and get started. Okay, so we're going to start here, getting the motherboard out and processor memory on it, do a power on self-test. In this build I really wanted to talk about like all the little things that aren't kind of mentioned on a lot of the YouTube videos. The ones I watch are done by professionals, and they're professional because they've been doing it a long time. So some of the things that seem trivial to them, I had a lot of questions about as I was reading through all the manuals for these things. Like fans, oh man, when we get to putting it in the case, I'll talk about fans. So we are going to start with motherboard, Maximus 9 code. We'll just kind of open everything up. Doesn't that look nice? Look at this box, isn't it crazy? Alright. And I think this whole thing comes out here. Take that. Alright. So let's get what we have in the case here. Looks like a case badge, coaster, some Cable identifiers might come in handy. Drivers, we'll get those from online once it's powered up. Okay. We have the manual, but I've been reading the PDF of this online for the last 2 days, so I may need to refer back to it though on occasion. Let's see what we have here. Okay, input-output shield. Oh, SATA cables, okay. Another SATA cable. RGB extender. We will get to that probably not till near the end. Same with the SATA cables. Okay, so this is the CPU installation tool. Now I've actually not seen any of this being used on any of the videos. They just kind of, you know, put the CPU in themselves. It does say in the manual though that like if it's not installed with it, you could void warranties if anything gets broken. So I don't know whether we're going to try this or not here. Wi-Fi antenna. That's kind of cool. Looks like a little, will help me plug in the front header things a little easier into the motherboard, so we'll use that when we get to the case. This is the M.2 expansion slot. Not expansion slot, this is a support slot for their second M.2 slot on the motherboard. So I don't know how close you can get in here down to the bottom of the board. So this board can support 2 M.2 slots, and one of them is behind this panel right here, and the second one is here and comes out vertically. I don't really like that at all. I'd rather it have been like the Hero board where the second one is either up here or some other boards where the second one is here, but that's what it is. So if we were to do 2 M.2s and need that, this would just come straight vertically out from the board. Okay.
I don't like that.
And a high bandwidth SLI bridge. I won't need that. You'll have noticed when I was going over the parts list, I don't have my graphics card yet. It's probably going to be about another 2 weeks before I get that. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
Probably about as much as having $1,500 in computer parts, yet a sheet over the window instead of blinds. I don't know. We'll see. So, okay. And then,
Every gamer has sheets over the windows.
Priorities, right? Yeah.
Well, no, it keeps the glare off your screen.
Stickers. Looks like stickers. So, we will...
You want to put those all over your case.
No, I think I'm going to leave my case looking clean, but they're pretty cool. Alright, so... And there's a really tiny screw in here that I don't know what it's for. It looks like a standoff of some kind, but... Okay, I don't know what that's for. We'll see if we get to it. Alright, so let's take this baby out of the box here. Actually, we're going to keep this for a moment, because we're going to put the motherboard on that for the power on self-test. So, easiest way to get this out. Ooh,
Crack.
I feel like I'm need to be as fragile as handling an egg or something. Dude, this thing is nice. Okay, so let's put that right there. And done with that. All right. So here is my Maximus 9 code. So when choosing a motherboard, for the longest time when planning this build, I was going to go with the Maximus 9 formula. That's the one typically for gamers like myself, but I'm not really doing hardcore overclocking. I will be overclocking, obviously. Who wouldn't overclock a gaming system? But so formula was like the right match for me. Now new with the 9 series and the Z270 is the code. And from what I could tell from watching all the comparison videos, all the differences are primarily aesthetic. There's, as far as features of the board, it's all the same. So on the formula, here above all the power stuff is a water block. So if you wanted to expand a cooling loop and use the water going to cool the power, you could do that. This one also, as we know, the I/O shield is separate, but on the formula, the I/O shield is pre-built back in. And then also on the formula, there is a steel plate on the back for rigidity. And that's my dog Kip. You may hear from him time to time. Okay. So given that all the features of the board were the same, and while I do have an all-in-one cooler that's expandable, I didn't really plan on using the water block. So I decided to go with the code, and it was like $90 cheaper. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. All right. So let's go ahead and start with the processor. Core i7 Kaby Lake. Neighborhood watchdog right there. looks like some installation instructions here in a couple different languages.
For such an important piece of the computer, it's in a shoddy little cardboard box.
It is nice little box. It's a little smaller than I pictured. I guess during the builds when they're zoomed in right on the chip, it just looks bigger. I guess so. Let's figure out how to get this out of here safely. Oh, cardboard looks perforated. Maybe it's for that reason.
Careful.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this processor installation tool that came with the motherboard. Let's see how this works. Okay, this side up. CPU. I'm not quite getting this. Let's open this up here. Okay. So we got the little triangle, we got the little notches, and let's open this up here. Okay. Looks like the notches go right there, which would put the triangle down here. And this triangle is supposed to be a chip here. Oh. Whoa, this is dense. This is pretty heavier than I expected.
I see. I never held a CPU.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that thing has some weight to it.
Yeah, that's quite unexpected. Alright.
I always thought those things were very fragile.
Well, still don't want to scratch it or nothing.
Well, of course.
So it was $350 for this chip. I think it's supposed to snap in. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with this. Like, how am I supposed to snap it in there without pressing on the gold stuff? So we'll go ahead and just do like the other guys do. Set that in there like that. Okay. All right. And then close this down. Got it. Slips under a little screw there, and then this plastic piece is supposed to just pop off. Alright, check that out. That was easy enough, huh? Cool. Yes, processor installed. Step 1. Great. All that stuff can go by. Next, we have Dominator Platinum. Rated to 3000 megahertz, DDR4. Okay. Ooh. Be careful with that. Pull it out and it just falls right out. Alright. It's got the cooling fins on it. Nice. Don't have to worry about extra fans over the memory. Okay. So, reading through the manual on these 4 DDR slots here. It's A1, A2, B1, and B2. And the manual said use the 2 gray slots, so that is what we're going to be doing. Get this out of the plastic. Uh-oh. This is not coming out easy. Okay. So we gotta line up this notch. It looks like it's gonna go in that way, okay? Do these open? Yay, alright. So I am going with 16 gigs for now. Let's see, let's just slide in here. But obviously I've got room to expand later.
Go.
Okay, so we're back. That was pizza, but who has time to eat when you're building a gaming computer, right? Okay. So I got the first memory module in here, and it looked like I just had to make sure it was lined up exactly straight. And then, doesn't really take a lot of pressure, but snap on the right, snap on the left, and we're good. Cool. Okay, memory is down. So, the next step is, I know we got to do the power on self test, kind of before we put it in the case, make sure everything's working. So next, we'll push this to the side for the moment and bring up power supply. So I got a modular power supply. just for, you know, ease of cables and looks and stuff. And we open it up and we got a box inside of a box. All right.
One that's upside down.
It is upside down. Okay. Box inside of a box. Right.
I like the Corsair brand. I
It's
think they
good.
made my mouse.
Okay, what do we have here? Alright, power supply. I did take a gander through this before. Just kind of listing what it's got here. Corsair apparently has the Corsair link. I can plug into one of the USB headers and then get all kinds of information on the how the power supply is working. So set that to the side here. Instructions where to get that Corsair link and warranty stuff. Alright, so power cable, great. Static bag. I don't know what's in there. Maybe that's the Corsair link stuff. What do we got here? It looks like we got a case badge, a couple screws, a couple twist ties for cable management, and the cables are in a nice little carrying case.
It's actually
How sweet is that,
It's
right?
actually really good. Get
Like-
your money worth in there.
Personally, I'd rather pay $10 less and not worry about the case. Like anything I don't use is going to end up in a box on a shelf. So
You can use the case for anything. That's a lunch bag right there.
maybe I might do that. Okay, so looks like power connectors here, but these say AX1200/AXI only. Okay, AXI. That's what I got. Looks like this is the 24 pin for the main power. And one of the things I did learn in this is that in all the videos I've seen, when they like connect power, they connect the main 24 pin on the side of the motherboard. I did not know there are actually two power supply spots, another being an 8 pin at the top. So that was new information for me. And AXI only. This looks like it's a 6 pin plus 4, so that looks like it's probably for graphics cards. Okay, maybe. This looks like SATA. I will need one of those for the hard drive. What is this? This is another. What is this one? This looks like. I don't know. That may be the other part of the Corsair link. It's got 4 things on the other. Kind of looks like a fan one, but this end is very tiny. Okay, so I don't know what that one's for. This looks like fan plug. Power on one side, fan on the other, maybe? Right. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like more 6 pin, 8 pin. That one's only got one, but this one has someone built into the middle. I don't know. So covering all these cables would probably be nice. PCIe, so that's another one for graphics cards. What do we have here? This looks like another SATA. I'm only going to need one, so we'll put that back in the case in a moment. This looks like another SATA. I'm not sure what these ones are either. This is going to be interesting, trying to sort these out and figure out what they are. So,
Hard drive.
is that a hard drive?
I don't think so.
Hard disk drive? Okay, well I don't have hard disk drive, we'll just stick those back in here, and this looks like another, oh, PCIe. Wait, so that was labeled on one end, oh, got it, CPU. Sorry, so one end of the cable was labeled what it's for, so TXM, HX, AXI only. It's the other end of the cable that has the labeling what it's for, CPU. So I'm going to need the CPU, and that one, that's the 24 pin, we know what that is. And those don't mention anything here.
Yeah, these are hard drives.
Got it. Okay, so I'm not gonna need the hard drive, not gonna need the hard drive. I've got the one SATA set aside. I don't think I'm gonna need this, whatever it is. There's PCIe I don't need right now. That one also says CPU. PCIe I don't need right now. I don't think I'm going to need that one right now. Well, another PCIe I'm not going to need right now. And I don't know what this one is, and these two look like for separate fans, which I think I got enough headers on the fans for everything. Okay, so that's cables. I'm not going to need the Corsair link right now. Put that back in the box. I might need these screws though, so let me pull these out so we'll be ready for them when we get to putting it in the case. Okay, so set that aside. All right, let's take a look at this power supply itself, huh? Nice, fully protected. And look at this, it's in a decorative bag.
You don't want those, I'll take them.
If I don't want
The bags, I could use them.
bags,
I always find uses for little bags.
I just might give them to you. All right. So this looks like it's all like felty feeling, like it should be around a bottle of Crown Royal or holding diamonds or something. So, I don't know. Okay. Here we go. So this is my first time opening this here. What's it say here? Silent operation at low to moderate loads. In this mode, fan will not spin. Yeah, I think it says that in the guide too. Okay. And I did see a video once where Linus took apart one of these and painted the outside white. I may do that in the future, but for now I want to make sure I have a working computer before I possibly destroy my power supply. Look at that. Okay.
How heavy is it?
Oh, it's probably like 4 pounds. You want to feel it?
Your CPU weighs more.
Almost. All right. And so it did say, so that's pretty nice and flat. I kind of like that. Okay, self-test. So let's do the self-test on this thing first and make sure that it's all working. We're supposed to push that button and the little light's supposed to come on and the fan is supposed to start spinning. So let's see if that's what happens here. Alright, we're good. So flip the switch on the back. Light comes on, fan starts spinning. Oh, that's quiet.
Very quiet.
That is quiet. Oh, that's in my case down on the floor. Definitely won't hear that. That's awesome. Okay. So let's unplug this again for the moment while we get this connected here to the motherboard, and then I am going to be connecting it to my 50-inch 4K TV to do the post test. So let's figure out how this works. So this one says CPU, and if we look at the top here, it is an 8-pin, and 6 plus 2, 4 plus 4 CPU. So it looks like I can plug them right into any one of those 1, 2, 3s right there. Let's do that. And I'll keep all these twisty ties for cable management. And I like these cables. Look, they're nice and they're in like a braided sheath. That's pretty cool. So, alright, one side is connector-wise is double like clip to clip it in. One is double wide. So I think judging by these sizes, the single is going to connect into here. And the double wide clip is going to go up here. Right there into that. Okay. And then we need the 24 pin, which is right here. So it's split on one side and they have the single wide clips, so we're going to put those single wide clips in there. Let's put that one in. Oh, come on. How tough is this supposed to be? No, nice little soft click there, okay. Nice little soft click there, and that's going to go right over here. Now, the manual did say something that these last 4 on this thing could be separated if needed, if it's not for if your board doesn't need it, but it looks like everything here has a slot, so you won't need to disconnect that. Ooh! The LED's lit up, but the power supply is not plugged in. How does that work? Those are cool LEDs, by the way, but look, the power supply is not plugged in. But plug the power
It's
cord
alive.
in, and all the LEDs lit up.
You know what? I bet you had residue power,
Residual power?
residual power in the power supply.
Okay.
It's magic. It's alive.
Those were pretty cool looking though. They started changing colors and stuff.
That,
All
that
right.
was legitimately really cool.
Okay. Great. So let me get my TV up here. We'll plug this in real quick and do the post test. Okay, so I have my TV up here. Eventually I'm going to get 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, and then eventually I'll get 3, but for now, gaming on my TV, and I sit like arm's length away from it. It's awesome. Okay, so we've got it connected to the power, so all we should be able to need to do is just now press the start button and it should post. So we'll do that at the same time I'm selecting the source, because the source needs to start.
Did you turn your power brick back on?
Oh, got turn the up. On and start. Okay.
Let me get this on.
Going through a bunch of numbers on the thingy there. The colors are cool. I definitely like the RGB. All right. Press delete or whatever. Okay. All right. It's connected. It's got my thing. It's got my processor. Got the memory. No drives, and we should be good. So click this back off then. We're good. All right. So we're gonna take a small cut again. I'll get the TV out of the way, and we'll start getting the case going.